Greetings, Ben Murray here with another edition of SaaS Metric School. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Today, talking about OpEx spend, our OpEx profile, and how much we should spend as a percentage of revenue in our OpEx area. And today we're focusing on R&D or our dev group. So with the OpEx profile, we expect increasing efficiency over time as a percentage of revenue. And this is highly stage dependent. If you're early stage SaaS, for R&D, of course, you're investing a ton in R&D as a percent of revenue to get the product out the door. So we expect higher percentages early stage, but over time, it's going to become more efficient as a percent of revenue. So we're talking about our OpEx profile, which is under the gross profit section of our SaaS P&L. And if we have the proper SaaS P&L setup, we can clearly see the investments that we're making in R&D, sales and marketing, and G&A, and of course, today talking about R&D. So I partner with Ray Reich at benchmark.ai, which is a fantastic source for SaaS benchmarks. And looking at some of this latest data, how much should we be spending in R&D as a percent of revenue? Now, if we look at the entire population of SaaS companies in Ray's survey, the median spend as a percentage of revenue for R&D was at 31%. The lower quartile was 43%, and the top quartile was 23%. So we have to be careful when we say bottom quartile, top quartile. Again, doesn't mean if we're spending less, that's good. It is stage dependent. And if we're spending a lot, doesn't mean that's bad. So we have to be careful, but just it's important to understand the ranges of spend with SaaS companies. So that was the entire data set of where everyone is spending as a percent of revenue. Now, looking at the median percentage as you go from early stage to very large SaaS company is generally in the low 30s as a percent of revenue. Now, I've seen some from some other surveys, like the Iconic survey, that the median R&D spend when SaaS companies go public is around 22%. Now, if we look at product-led versus sales-led companies, product-led about 35%, sales-led around 31%, which makes sense. So again, we have to be careful with what percentage of spend for the stage of our company and those expectations. But we know over time, we're going to expect R&D to get more efficient as a percent of revenue over time. And generally, I look at a good number at scale around 20%, that we're targeting. Again, it just depends on our product roadmap, what we're trying to do there. But I think these are good frameworks to look at so you can see where your spend is related to SaaS companies in this data set. So R&D as a percent of revenue, I'm always calculating that. I'm always forecasting it, see where it's going, what are our expectations, and does it make sense that it's at that percent of revenue? So a little bit about R&D as a percent of revenue today. Thanks.